All right, guys, what's up? Um, Thought I'd go over some example problems here. I'm not really sure what you can see on the screen and what you can't, but giving this a shot, hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, you'll never see this, so that'll answer your question. So you're going to see me jumping back and forth to the calculator a little bit, but we'll get through it. So Marissa's, June's, and Daniel's houses form a triangle. Okay, so let's just draw here, maybe. There we go. So we got Marissa, we got June, we got Daniel, right? Distance between June and Daniel's house. June and Daniel was 1.2. Okay. Standing at June's house, the angle formed by looking out to Daniel's house and then to Marissa's house. So here's how I see that. And let me try to make this just a touch thinner here, if I remember how. Y'all know it's been a while. Okay, so starting at Daniel, so it's almost like going down and then going across this way. Okay, Daniel's house to Marissa's house is 63 degrees, so I think that would go there. Standing at Daniel's house, the angle formed by looking out to June's. Okay, so this way and over to Marissa's is 75 degrees. What is the distance between all of the houses? So we need to find this and we need to find this, right? Now the good news is we can find that other angle in here. If we do 180 minus 63 minus 75, that's what? 63 plus 75 is 138, so that would be 42 degrees. So I think we'll be able to do the law of sines because we have a pair of opposite side and angle. That's what we need. So in both of these, we're probably going to include the 1.2 over sine of 42. So let's say we're trying to find x first. So that would be x over sine of 63 because those are opposite each other. So first thing I need to do, figure out what the sine of 42 is and figure out what the sine of 63 is. So I'm going to go over here. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to type in sine 42. That's 0.669. So I'm going to come back over here before I forget that. And I'm going to write 12 over 0.669 equals, I'm going to go sine of 63. And I probably should just have a calculator. That'd probably be easier, but here we are anyway. Sine of 63 is 0.891. So I come back here. I do x over 0.891. Okay, so then I'm going to cross multiply. All right, so I'm going to get 0.669x equals, and I got to figure out 12 times 0.891. So 12 times 0.891 is 10.692. Okay, so 10.692. So I divide by 0.669 on both sides. Okay, so 10.692 divided by, I believe it was 0.669 is 15.98. Okay, oops, pressed the wrong thing there. 15.98. So we'll make that 16 because remember our final answer just needs to be one decimal. Oh, you know where I messed up here? Yeah, that was dumb. I put 12 instead of 1.2, didn't I? So maybe we'll just start from the beginning. Well, not from the beginning, but at least part way through. So let me erase this. Okay. And let me actually, I'll just do this on my phone calculator so I'm not constantly going back and forth. So we need to do 1.2. I almost did it again. 1.2 times 0.891. 1.2 times 0.891. Okay. So that's let me get back into pen here. 0.669x equals 1.0692. So if I divide by 0.669, I get x equals 1.6. Okay, so 1.6 for that one. All right, so let me just slide this up here a little bit out of the way so we can do the next one then. I guess I should have wrote that there. Okay, so let me go back. We'll use a different color here, maybe a thinner line again. Okay, so let's try to find y. So I would do y over the sine of 75 equals, and I'm going to go ahead and do the 1.2 over the sine of 42 again. Okay. So sine of 75. Let me make sure I'm in degrees on this bad boy. Yep, I'm in degrees. Okay, so 75 sine is, so that would be y over 0.966 equals 1.2 over, now I already know the sine of 42 from above. That was 0.669. Okay, so right here I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply. So I would get 1.2y equals, nope, I messed that up. Let me rephrase all of that here. I'm not doing very good, am I? I would get 0.669y equals, and then I would have to do 1.2 times 0.966. That's 1.1592. Divide by 0.669. And that is 1.7 about. So then this would be 1.7. Okay? So hopefully that was fun. 6 minutes long almost. Okay, we'll go to number 2 here. Marco wants to cut a sheet of plywood to fit over the top of his triangular sandbox. So let's just draw his triangular sandbox here. One angle measures 38 degrees. Okay, I'll put that there. And it is between two sides with length 14 and 18. What is the length of the third side? So we need to find this. Now notice we don't know any side and opposite angle here. Okay, so we need to do the law of cosines. So remember, across from the angle we're looking for is always that thing that comes first, that x squared. So remember, it's like a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. So we're going to do, let's say, 14 squared plus 18 squared minus 2 times 14 times 18 times the cosine of 38, because that's the angle that's opposite the x. Remember, we're going to try to do this in chunks. Otherwise, we might mess up. So I'm going to first do 14 squared plus 18 squared. And that should be 520. Okay, so then I'm going to do 2 times 14 times 18 times the cosine of 38. That should be 397.6. Okay, so now I can subtract those. 520 minus 397. Okay, that's 122.4. Square root. Let me find the square root button on here if I have one. There it is. So I get x equals 11.1. Okay, so that third side would have to be 11.1. So that's the law of cosines. Okay, one more I got for you. Let's try this one. So from the planet Centaur, Dweeble can see the stars Quasum and Pilbit. The angle between these two sites is 22 degrees. Okay, so here's Centaur. Dweeble can see the stars Quasum and Pilbit. The angle between these two sites is 22 degrees. I think it means that's 22 degrees. Dweeble knows that Quasum and Filbert are 93 million miles. Big number. I think that's actually distance from the sun to the earth. Miles apart. He also knows when standing on Pilbert, the angle made from Quasum to Zika is 39 degrees. So he knows that. How far is, let's use y there. That might make things easier because we already have an x, so we'll call that y. So we know an angle on an opposite side, so we can use law of sines. So if we put 93 million over the sine of 92, that would equal y over the sine of 39. Okay. All right, so we figure out what the sine of 22 is. Let's start there. So 22 sine, so I get 93, and for some reason the pen's off now, 93 million miles, okay, over 0.375 equals y over, and I do sine of 39.629. Okay, as you guys know, this is where we're going to cross multiply. So I get 0.375y equals, let's see here. No, that's still quite the large number, if you ask me. 58,526,796. And I'm just going to leave it like that since it's such a big number. No sense dividing or putting decimals there for that big of a number. So I divide by 0.375 on both sides. And I get that quasum to Zenter is about 156,071,456. I believe it was miles, right? Yep, miles. So there we go. So hopefully this little tutorial helped, as always. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you have them. I know sometimes it can get a little messy on here and stuff, so I apologize, but have a great week, and good luck on your practice problems, and we'll talk about it on Monday or Friday. Bye.